ഈ ആറാമത് ഹിമാലയ ഋഷി സംഗമത്തിൻ്റെ ആറാമതും അവസാന ദിവസവുമായ ഇന്ന് രണ്ടാമത്തെ പ്രഭാഷണം ശർവാനന്ദ സ്വാമി നിർവഹിക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ഉച്ചയ്ക്ക് ശേഷം മേധാനന്ദ സ്വാമിയുടെയും ഹരിബ്രഹ്മേന്ദ്ര തീർത്ഥ കുട്ടിസ്വാമിയുടെയും പ്രഭാഷണങ്ങൾ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് 5 മണിക്ക് സമാപന സമ്മേളനവും ആരതിയും പ്രസാദ വിതരണവും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും. എല്ലാവരും എല്ലാ പ്രഭാഷണങ്ങൾക്കും ആരതിക്കും പങ്കെടുക്കണമെന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പോൾ I invite Sarvananda Swamiji to deliver his speech.
Om Bang me manasi pratisthita mano me vachi pratishthitam avira virmaedhi vedasmanistah srutang me ma prahashiranenadhitena ratran sandadhami uditam vadishyami satyam vadishyami tanmamavatu tadvaktaramavatu avatu mam avatu vaktaram avatu vaktaram. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Puranana Malayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Vadarayanam Sutrabhasya Krito Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Narayanaya. So now we are going to enter in the 3rd chapter of Aitari Upanishad. Up to this, the main thing is to be keep in your mind that who has created the creation by his sankalpa, he entered into the creation. After entering the creation, he is suffering or enjoying through 3 stages. Trayo avasatha. Ayam avasatha, ayam avasatha, ayam avasatha. It has come to you. But Shruti herself is telling Trayo Swapnaha. All these 3 stages are like dream. It is not my word, neither Shankaracharya's word. It's Shruti's word. Trayo Swapnaha. Means what with the limiting adjunct, what we are seeing, it is equally good like dream. Means there is no reality is there. Simply with the limiting adjunct, we are identifying ourselves with the limiting adjunct. That's why the suffering and the enjoyments are there. First, so this is to be kept in the mind that this thing. Then we can think that no, I am awake, I am listening everything, I am doing everything. But from the scriptural standpoint of view, we have the definition for the nidra and the swapna. Annatha grinhate swapna nidra twattam ajanata. Not knowing of the fact or the reality, that is the nidra, that is sleep. Not knowing the fact is the sleep. And due to the not knowing the fact, not understanding the fact properly, what will happen? Misunderstanding. Not understanding of the fact is the cause of all misunderstanding. This thing we are experiencing in our life. Therefore, this definition is given by Manduko Karikakar Gaurapadacharya. He is telling, कि अन्यथा गृह्णते स्वप्न nidra tattvam ajanato. Means misunderstanding is the dream and not understanding is the sleep. And we are dreaming in the sleep only. So not understand. The trayo swapna. These three are your dream. And then it has asked, viparyashe tayor shine turiyam padamasnute. When these two stages, you can come up from these two stages, that is nidra and swapna. Then the fourth stage, that's turiyam padam, that the stage of liberation one can experience. So first this is to be kept in the mind, why Shruti Acha. Initially, we have the 6 indicative point that what Shruti is going to establish, this much part of the book. To know that thing, in Purva Mimamsa Darshan, one sutra has come. Upakram Upasanghar Abhyas Apurvata Phalam Arthavad Upapattischa Shadlinga Tatparya Nirnay. To find out what the scripture is going to establish here, we have to check it with the 6 lingas, 6 indicative points are there. One is Upakrama, means beginning. What you are starting with, here how it has begun? Atma Vaidameka eva agrashit na kinchit mishat. So Shruti is going to tell us about the real nature of all the jivas. And Upasanghar, at what the end word is coming? Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. Do you think yourself, I am a conscious entity or matter? Everybody is telling that I am a conscious entity. That consciousness is Brahma, Prajnanam, that is Atma. So Upakram Upasanghar, that oneness, it is one chinna. Upakram Upasanghar. Then Abhyas, this Upakram number is 111 and 313. Atma va idameka eva agrashit prajnanam brahma upakram upasanghar. First sign. Second is Abhyas, repetition. Means which I want to tell you, that thing I want to emphasize by telling you 2 or 3 times. So that's why here also sa iman lokanasti yata 112. Sha ikshate iman imenu loka lokopala nustijay iti 113. Tasmat idandra nama 1314. This is the Abhyas Linga. This is the Abhyas Linga. Means by of whom, that about the Atma, if we want to know the self, then we have to understand it through the limiting adjuncts. So Shruti superimpose those limiting adjuncts, that is the Abhyas Linga. Through these lingas only you can understand that thing. Next is Apurvata, Upakram Upasanghar, Abhyas Apurvata, that uniqueness. Sajata Bhutani Abhivyaikat Sarvam Tat Prajnanetram 1313 and 1353. This is the Apurvata. Then Phalam. Sa etena, just now I think our Nikhilanandaji said this one. Sa etena prajnena atmana asmat lokat utkramya amusmin sarge loke sarvan kaman apta amritam samabhavat. This is the result. Phalam. Anything, if you are not getting 6 lingas, but anywhere you can understand this thing, somewhere Shruti is telling this is to be done. And along that, if the result is told, that is one part. So here, that by knowing Atma, what will happen? Amrita samabhata. You will reach the state of immortality. Now, Arthavad, eulogy, praising. Ta eta devata srishta garve shannu esham veda aham devanam janimani vishwa. These are the Arthavad. Atma means eulogies, praising that if you know this thing, then what will happen? Just see, just now we have heard it. What Tapasya Bamdev did in the mother's womb, what Tapasya any person can do in his mother's womb? Nothing. Nothing you can do. He was a knowledgeable person, but some Pratibandhak, one adhikaran is coming, Mukti Phalam Aniyama Adhikaranam. There this question in Brahma Sutra, there this question is right, whether this person will be get salvation in this body, in this birth only, or he has to wait for the next birth. Then Vedavyas is giving the reply, if there is not much hindrance of karma, some few karmas are that without suffering or enjoying that karma, you cannot become free. So if that hindrance or the obstruction is not there, he will be free in this birth only. Like but Bamdev, Jarabharat, they were the knowledgeable person, they were Gyani. But some karma was there, that much portion of the suffering to go in the mother's womb is not enjoyable, because this portion is coming intentionally just to crop up vairagya, dispassion in yourself. Such a dirty place, but you will not even like to see that place, but you have to stay there, you will be bound to stay there for 10 months. So, tasmat jugupsheta, this word has come in Shruti. In Panchagni Veda, this tasmat jugupsheta, be afraid of that thing, that in this birth only I must have to become free. Otherwise, again I have to go in the mother's womb, and in which womb, whether it is dog or a pig or a human, what, that I don't know. So, be afraid of that thing and hate that thing, that I should not strive as much as you can, that I should be free in this birth only. So, that is thus Amrita Arthavad. Garve Nushan Esham Avedam Aham Devanam Janimani Vishwa. This is 215. And Upapatti, logic. Logic is Sa Imana Lokan Asti Yata. Means he created. Means that was, logic means the thing which I am trying to establish in form of, in front of you. Is there any logic so that I understand? Yes, that logic is there. Because all the creative objects are inert, matter, insentient, but there must be some sentient entity, the conscious entity, due to which this can function. That is the logic. Sa imana lokana stiyata, sa etameva shimanam vidarya etaya dara prapadyata. This is 1, 3, 12. With these 6 points of the indication, we can understand that this portion of book, what does it want to say? In Ishavasya Upanishad also you will get all these 6. But I am in Chandogya Upanishad also in the 6th chapter you will get all the 6 lingas. Anyhow, so from this Tatparya Nirnayak 6 linga means to find out what is the intention of the Shruti of this much portion of the book. We are checking it through these lingas. Then we find that Shruti told, it is his promise, Atma ityevagre upashatva, Atmanam evagre ashit idamagre ashit. And last he is telling, the Upakra Upashankar is the most powerful indication, and Prajnanam Brandham. So, by this, Shruti is going to tell us about our real nature of the self. First, this much is decided. Now, I told you that whatever stages we are suffering, Shruti herself is telling it is a sapna. It's mitha. It's not the reality. So, what is the definition of the sapna? Not understanding of the fact is the sleep, and misunderstanding is the sapna. Means I am not knowing my real nature, that's why I consider myself as a human being. Then I am sannyasi, then I am Swami Sarvananda, then I am Vedanti. So many steps, so many floors I have superimposed on myself. And next, just now, our this Nikhilanandaji has told you that this much portion is just to become dispassionate. That means discrimination and the and dispassion. These two are the main thing for to understand the Vedanta. And third, one thing, that the salvation is possible from any place if the knowledge is there. If some suffering, if some hindrance or obstruction is there, that much portion you have to wait, and after that, there mukti phalam anyam, you must have to be free. If you know the thing, you must have become free. Then you cannot say, no, I don't want to become free. You will be free. Now, just see, Bhagavan, just to give the introduction for the 3rd chapter, Anandagiriji is writing, Purvasmin adhyaye janmatraya nirupanena vairagyam nirupitam. In the last chapter, by showing you the 3 births. One birth of the son, when the son is entering in the mother's womb, that is the first birth, and when he is coming out of the mother's womb, that is the second birth. And third birth, when the father is taking the birth. You were telling about this person who you are considering the father, this person will also become father, he will take the third birth. Like this, the chain is going on. That is termed as the bhava roga. The longest disease we all are suffering, that is the bhava roga. Ko dirgha roga, bhava eva sadho, kimo sadham tasya, vicharameva. In Prashnottari it has come. Just go on thinking about the real nature of the self. That is the only medicine to get rid of this bhava roga. To get rid of the bhava roga. Aharnisham kim parichintaniyam samsara mithatva shivatma tattvam. To day and night, what should we think? That there is no reality in this creation, but the auspicious, the self is only reality. This thought should continuously go in our mind. It is told in Prashnottari, a small book written by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. You will get it there. So, now the first part is for the Vairagya. But Vairagya is there. But if both, the knowledge is not there, then you will not become free. In Vivek Chudamani, Bhagavan Bhashyakar is writing, Vairagya bodho purushasya pakshivat paksho bijanihi vichakshanam tat vimukta saudhagra tala adhirohanam tabhyam vina antare naiva siddhati. Vairagya bodho purushasya pakshivat paksho. And as when a bird flies in the sky, it needs two wings. So here a human, if he wants to fly in the ocean of consciousness, if he wants to fly in the ocean of consciousness, then his two wings will be Vairagya and Bodh. Vairagya Bodho Purushasya Pakshivat Paksho. Like a bird, his two wings are Vairagya and the Bodh. So first it has told Vairagya, now for Bodha the third part is coming. Purusha. Bijanahi vichakshanam tam. Oh, the intelligent person have a firm decision, conviction of it, that without this I cannot become free. What? The freedom? Vimukta saudhagra tal adhirohanam. Suppose there is a mansion, palace. It has so many floors. If you want to achieve the highest floor, because different school of thoughts, they have got different concept of the salvation of mukti. Somebody is telling Sarga is mukti, somebody is telling Brahmulok mukti, somebody is death is mukti, but Vedanta is telling Gyan is mukti. So if you want to ascend the top floor of the Vimukti Saudha, in the palace of the liberation, then what is to be done? Antarena, tabhyam bina, without these two, it is not possible. Without these two, it is not possible. Vairagya bodho purushasya pakshivat paksho vichakshanam tam bijanihi. What for? Vimukta saudhagratal adhirohanam tabhyam bina anantarena siddhati. With one of them, you cannot get that thing. We need two. We need these two wings. So now the third part is coming. Up to this, that Vairagya, you are established in Vairagya. Now to know what is the real nature of the self, the third part is coming. That's why, so the purification of the self, how from this body I can differentiate my real nature, and what is my real nature, how can I realize that thing? For this purpose only, this person has only 4 mantras. Among these 4 mantras, I will describe only 2 mantras, and Madhananda Swamiji will take care of the next 2 mantras. So here, Bhagavan Bhashyakar is writing, Brahma Vidya sadhana krita sarvatma bhava phalapti. If taking the help of the Brahma Vidya, you can get the result of sarvatma bhava. And who obtained it? Rishi Bamdeva obtained it. So now the few persons of the rishis, they among themselves, they are discussing that which Atma we should worship, of which Atma we should think. When nowadays it is not in Uttarkashi, we are trying to do that thing, but when I came to Uttarkashi, I have come to my senior sannyasis, when they are going to for any Vandara, no, they will go half an hour, 1 hour before, and they will sit there, and they will discuss about the Vedanta, and after that they will take the Bhiksha and go to their kutiya. But nowadays we are going to the Vandara, what dakshina, how much dakshina I will get, what will be given, that these type of thoughts are coming on, or how many rooms are there in your ashram, who is building it, who is, like this, means that days have changed. Anyhow, to Bhagavan Bhashyakar is writing that Vamdevakha Acharya Parampara Shrutyavadyutyamana, which has been explained by the Shruti, Brahmavid Parishadi, among the Brahmavid means among the seekers, those who are intending to know the real nature of the self. They might be the worshipper or the meditator of the Karya Brahma. Karya Brahma means the qualified Brahma, but thinking to know the unqualified one. So what to do, by who, to whom to think, about whom to think. Like this, when they are discussing, why they are discussing like this? Because they want to get rid of this janma, sadha sadhana lakshanat samsarat. Means the means and the result, means and the result. Why this, that the whole creation is chained in this way, in this manner. With this means I will get this result. Now I want to become free from this thing. I don't need help of any means and I don't want any result. That is the samsara, ajiva bhavat. Ajiva bhavat means I have accepted that I am a body and I am jiva. I will go do this thing, and to get rid of that thing, what to do. That's why they started discussion in the ananyam prichyati. One is asking the other that what to do, how can I get rid from this samsara bandhana. That's why the mantra is coming. Om Koyam Atma iti vayam upasmahe katarha sa Atma yena va pashyati yena va strinoti yena va gandhan jighrati yena va vacham vyakarati yena va swaducha aswaducha vijanati. Koyam Atma. Here, prior to this part, no, one Brihat Sahasti Upasana, Prana Upasana also came before this part, and result of that thing also told in that part only. There, it has showed that two has entered in this body. One in the form of the prana, and he has entered in the body through the tip of the leg. And another had entered in this body, etam eva shimanam vidaryo. Etam eva shimanam vidaryo iske andar pravishat. So, two has entered in this body, and two is very essential. Without the prana also the body cannot run, and without the atma also the body cannot run. So, who is real atma? This question has come to their mind. So, to whom to upasmahe, vayam upasmahe. Here Anand Girij is telling, here the meaning is upasmahe means not by simply in the secondary sense sitting near the my Ishta. It is not like that. Upasmaya means thinking about oneness with the Atma. That is the Upasana here. Thinking with that oneness with the self means not I am not this body, I am not this mind, and I am not intellect, and not this the Karjakaran Sangat means body, mind, sense, organ complex. I am means not this thing. But what really I am. So by thinking that thing, by keeping it in my mind, I want to become one with that. That is the Upasana here. Upasmahe. Whom to think about that, with which, whom really I am, or I can be one with that. Here it has term katara, among these two. Tara is comparative degree and superlative degree. Katama is the superlative degree, and katara means among these two. Among these two means among these two. Both has entered here in this body. One in the form of the prana, and another is pure nature of the consciousness. So who is real Atma? This type of question has come in the mind of the sages, those who are completely dispassionate and want to become free from this worldly bondage. So, I am experiencing that one is upalabdha, one is experiencer, and to experience the worldly object, he is taking the help of the sense organs, mind and the sense organ, he is taking the help of that thing. And through that sense organs, he is experiencing the thing. But that too also, one is pramata and one is shakshi. Both, and one is antaryami. The same consciousness is termed with the limiting adjunct. One is pramata, one is shakshi, and one is antaryami. Same consciousness. When I am knowing the external object with the sense organs, and the mind and the intellect grabs that thing, then I am pramata. But I know that this is a watch. This is a watch I am seeing, and Buddha is telling this is watch. But I know this is a watch. I know the activity of this thing is imparting to us that Shakshi. This is the function of the Shakshi. Pramata is different in each and everybody, but Shakshi is one. Sakshi is one. And Antarjami, just you go one step behind, who is controlling the thing. He is the Ishvara. So same consciousness, one who is the controller, that we are terming is Ishvara. One who is just witnessing the thing, he is Sakshi. And one who is taking part in the activities of the mind and the intellect, he is Pramata. He is Pramata. So now, so what is my real nature? What is my real nature? To understand that thing, so one who is experiencing the thing and who is illuminating the thing, that's why the term has come, Jenava Pashyati, Sa Katara Atma. Among these two, who is the real Atma? When this question comes, then the reply is coming, Jenava Pashyati. Jena means it is the instrument, and Pashyati, one who sees. But the seer and the seen is different. Seer with the instrument seeing the object. So, the seer with the instrument when seeing the object, now you have to distinguish this thing. I am seeing the object, so this is Drishya. I cannot be the Drishya. I am using the instrument to see the object. I cannot be the instrument. So, the thing, the person who is experiencing the thing, that is my real nature. That is my real. Now, with respect to this limiting adjunct, I am telling the experiencing. But when you are the Sakshi, when there is no object to see, then you are not even Sakshi. You are free from Sakshi Bhava also. That is your real nature. But taking the help of this limiting adjunct and their function, no, first you have to understand that your consciousness is there. And the same consciousness, how it is functioning in yourself. Then, one after another, make a habit to see your all manovritti, mental thoughts, whatever is coming, make a habit of it. Because in the next month is telling like this only, Ajnana, Sangyana, Pragyana, Vijnana, make a habit of it. Now, just one after another, if you just separate yourself that I cannot be the body, I cannot be the sense organ, I cannot be the mind, I cannot be the chitta, I cannot be intellect. And last, what is remaining? Ahankar. You can observe your ahankar. But there you will not be able to find that who is seeing this ahankar. With the ahankar you are seeing your mind, intellect and chitta. But you can understand your own ego. But there will not find the seer. Who is that seer? But when I am seeing the object, there must be a seer. From this you can infer, you can come to inference that that seer who is seeing the ahankar, the chidamas, that is my real nature, who is free from all these things. So the one who is seeing, he has got no connection with the object who is seeing. Like this, you don't have, you are detached from your body, mind and intellect, everything you can understand very clearly. Just few days, you need few days practice only. And it is told by Shruti only. Shruti is telling in the next mantra, like the Jenava Pashyati, Jenava Shinoti, Jenava Gandhan Jigrati, Jenava Bacham Vyakarati, Jenava Swaducha, Asaducha, Bijanati. This is simply the functioning of the all sense organ, which is relative object. So when I want to test something, then I am using my tongue. When I want to see the of some color or the form, then I am using the eyes. When I want to hear them, so those who is using his own articles or the equipments, that cannot be the eye, and that is a complex. That is a complex. Another thing is this, that in Sankhya it has come Sanghat Parvarthatvat. Any complex he cannot use himself. Any complex he cannot use himself, it is for the others. Such a nice building, the building cannot say, I want to come under the shade of this building. Isn't it? Similarly, you have a house, you have so many things, but the house cannot say, I want to get rid of this rain, or hot sun, fierce sun heat, I want to come inside. It is for the others. Similarly, any complex, any compound, it is not for himself. So this is body, mind and the sense organ complex, it is for the other. It is for the somebody else who is enjoying this or suffering with this body. This Sanghata Pararthatvat, this Sankhya Sutra, see? Sanghata Pararthatvat. But it is helping us to understand the real nature of the self. Time is over. Anyhow, I will chant the next mantra. Jat etad hridayam manascha etad sanjnanam ajnanam vijnanam prajnanam medha drishti dhritir matir manisha jyutihi smritihi sankalpa kratur asu kamo vasa iti sarvani eva etani prajnanasya namadheyani bhavanti. Just see, yesterday I gave you the example of the clay and the different types of the pots made of clay. So that all the name and the forms are the name of the clay only, with different name and the form. Similarly, here also the same consciousness reflected in the mind, and with the manovritti, it is different term has used for the same consciousness. Sarvani etani prajnana seva nam dhyani bhavanti. Of that, these all are the name of that consciousness. Without the consciousness, you cannot understand the manovritti, you cannot understand your thoughts, your cognition, or the notion, whatsoever is coming. You cannot understand if the consciousness is not present there. Purusho prakriti sthui bhungte prakriti jan gunan. The consciousness being identified with the prakriti, now it appears to us as if the Purush is suffering with the means the sufferings of the prakriti, with the means deviation or the changing of the prakriti. It is all we are superimposing on the Purush. Here that see, intentionally Shruti has given this type of name, Sangyanam. Sangyanam means consciousness. Mind is inert and manovritti is also inert. But the term has given Sangyanam, means when one become one with the consciousness, it is that consciousness. Then Agyanam. Agyanam means the Ishwar Bhava. You are controlling the thing. Mind, I want to control everything. Then whatever the manovritti, that is termed as Agyanam. The same manovritti with little change, and consciousness is the same. The vritti is the same, but your thought, feeling, means this is only pure consciousness. But now this consciousness trying to control other, then that type of manovritti, that type of thoughts is termed as the Agyanam. Vijnanam means when I know something. Prajnanam, when wisely I thought intellectually and come to a conclusion, yes, this is the right, that is Prajnanam. Medha means listening the thing and containing the thing in the mind for the long time, that is termed as the medha. This is also manovritti. Drishti, when we are perceiving the sense objects through our sense organs, that is also all this thing that inert mind cannot do. There must be a conscious entity behind this. That's why intentionally these types of words are used by the Shruti. Sangyanam, Agyanam, Vijnanam, Prajnanam. Before that one word is Hridayam Manascha Etat. When at the time of creation, he just make one Hriday and Hridayat Manasa Chandrama. Previously I told you here. So there is no difference between the Hriday and the Mano. Means all the manovrittis are accumulated where, that is termed as the Hriday. Hriday is the my Hriday, means that particularly it is not the mind, it is some feeling, it is the gist of the personality of a person. It is the cream of the personality of the person where it exists, that is the Hridaya. And it exposed with the manovritti. And when it's exposed with the Sangyanam, Agyanam, Vijnanam, Prajnanam, Medha, Drishti, your sight, Dhriti, that the capacity when you are extremely tired, then also you are trying to getting up your body, that type of manovritti is termed as Dhiti, Mati, means mental function, Manisha, that's control, means who is controlling the mind. Juti, the suffering due to the disease of the body, and the Smriti, the remembrance, and the Sankalpa, the convictions, Kratu, resolution, Asu, whatever the functions of the with the pran we are doing. Kamu, the desire for the worldly object. Vasa, it is for desire for the woman. All these vrittis are the name of the same consciousness who has entered in this body with the help of the limiting adjunct. Only this term is given to him. But if you try to see the functions of the limiting adjuncts, the function of the body, function of the mind, function of the sense organ, function of the man, it is divided in the four parts. If you can observe this type of all the manovrittis as intentionally given here, the mind is inert and its vritti is also inert, but all the functions as showed here, it's with the consciousness. So from where it has come, it is that consciousness of the Atma. With that we identifying the Atma with the thoughts and with the convictions. These terms are used here Shruti by the Shruti. Intentionally, just you see your all manovrittis, then you will understand these all are the sin and I am the seer. And so you will not identify yourself with your mind, body and intellect. This is the intention of the Shruti Mata. some good tippani is here, that Tikakar is telling, Bhashyakar also wrote, that what happens, when I think I will say something, or when I will think that I will see something, then with my consciousness, I go to the speech, organ of the speech, or organ of the seeing, and I completely cover that thing. And then all the name and the name is coming to my speech, all the thing which I want to see, then I can see. Like this, no? This is as told that pragyaya bacham samaruhya, means by your consciousness completely grasping the organ of the speech, bacha sarvani namani apnoti, by the speech he gets all the names. Similarly, pragyaya chakshu samariho, by your consciousness grasping your sense organ of the seen, organ of the seeing, then what happens? Samar chakshusha sarvani rupani pashyati, with his eyes he sees all the, in ekayan prakriya and brihadarnukvanishat, sarvesham gandhanam nashika ekayanam sarvesham rupanam chakshur ekayanam sarvesham sparshanam tag ekayanam. In the other manner it has told in this, means these all the things, when the consciousness is there, it grabs the thing, then only you can understand the thing. But anything we tell, that is not going to give you the ultimate result until and unless you are not practicing it. We can give you some guideline only, but thing you have to perform. Then only you can enjoy the thing. Otherwise, no, it will be limited to the books only. You might have so many books in your library, but if you don't read it, there is no value of those. Even in spite of reading those books, if you are not implementing them in your life, what are the use of the books? So it's my prayer to God, whatever you are coming here so many times and discussing, and I'm grateful to you all that you were so much patiently till morning to the evening you were sitting here and giving us the scope to tell you something. So on behalf of you, I pray to God that let Him give you power so that you should utilize the remaining part of the life for this purpose only, as long we can proceed for the Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And my thanks to all organizers and those who were to organize such a big program, those who are helping from which side. Thanks to everybody. Om Namah.